Hello guys, my name is Alex and welcome back for the series where we try to drive as fast as possible in the 92 Williams, and currently you can see the drivers table after the first four rounds, and you can see we are able to fight for the championship despite our car being much slower compared to the McLaren. And let's see how it will be in Austria. It's normally a track where the AI is not that strong, so we might have a chance to fight them, but you can see we are starting quite far back, so we have to fight our way through the field and then maybe challenge for the podium or even a victory. Might have to wait and see, but yeah, here we are on the grid in P20, last place. We have 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. We get a decent start and we try to make up a few positions right into turn 1, brake a bit late. Here already up into P16, it's now side by side with the McLaren. As always, the McLarens are not too quick, or the older McLarens are not too quick, and we should be able to get them quite easily. Looking into the hairpin, we are trying to find our way through. You can see there are some of the newer McLarens who should be really quick, especially on this track with the straight or with their straight line speed. And we are now looking for the inside up into P14 and maybe P13. We might have to wait and see. We are having a lot of traction and we are closing the line in order to avoid any kind of move of the McLaren. There's a bit of contact with the P13 now, but it should be fine. And we're now right behind another McLaren. We're going on the inside and make another position stick. So an incredible start so far up into P11. And just one car is separating us from the points, and we have 17 laps to go, so it's looking really promising as one of the McLarens has the fastest lap, so it will be very difficult to win this race, but we will definitely try, and we have to see how our pace develops in the next few laps as we gain another position due to our good traction. And we are now looking for the left or for the right. We are looking for the right and brake again late. Try to make as many positions up as possible, but the McLaren brakes a bit later, makes another position stick, and we have a little bit of contact with another Williams. But yeah, we are now in P9, already in the points, so if we continue like that, we might have a chance to fight them at the end, or at least keep them behind, because as always the McLarens are really quick. And you can see just the difference in speed, in cornering speed, is quite remarkable between the Ferrari and our car, as we lose the back end quite a bit. But yeah, we are able to keep the car on the track, which is the most important thing. We have a yellow flag. There's a McLaren going really slowly, and we have to go slow as well, or we have to slow down as well in order not to crash. And again, we are right behind the McLaren. We are not really able to challenge for the inside because our car has a bit of understeer in its nature, and we're now braking late around the outsides of the older McLaren, and we make the position stick up into P6. We already skipped into lap 5 now, because basically we try to close the gap to the cars ahead, and one of them is a McLaren, so we try to go around the outside, but it's a bit too difficult. He blocks our way and there's a bit of contact, but fortunately we didn't got damage from that, so we are able to continue. And he's now challenging the Ferrari into the hairpin, and he should be able to make the move stick, and we are just trying to find a good line here in order to challenge him as well for P5. So yeah, it's looking quite good. The car is feeling great, and we might have to see how the pace develops compared to the faster cars on the grid, but at the moment it looks like that we are competitive. So yeah, let's wait and see. And you can see we are really close in this part. We are taking a wider line in order to get a good exit, and we are much closer compared to what we were before. And are we looking for the inside? We are braking late. We have a bit of understeer, but at the end we were able to make the move stick up into P5 now. And now we have the McLarens and yeah, basically the McLarens ahead. You can see they are fighting, and one Ferrari and one Williams. And let's see, are we able to make any kind of impression at the moment? Doesn't seem to be the case, because those cars are similar to our pace, although our general speed should be better compared to our teammates. And you can see we get better traction and brake a bit later on the inside and make up another position up into P4. Next up are the McLarens and the Ferrari, who we follow the whole race. And let's see, are they fighting in the last few corners? Yeah, the McLaren seems to go for the inside, and we are trying to follow him through. Again, take a good entry into this last corner in order to get a good exit. And you can see we are not quite able to make the move stick on the straight, which means we are going now around the outside, brake again really late, and it seems that he spun off somehow, which is quite strange, but yeah, at the end we were able to make the move stick. And you can see the gap is around a second, and unfortunately we are not really able to challenge him. He is 6 tenths quicker a lap, which might be due to the power nature of this track. And you can see Coppens, another McLaren, is basically closing us down quite rapidly. He has amazing pace, so in order to fight for the championship, we need to make sure we stay ahead. And you can see just how much he closes on the straight. He is now looking for the outside, but there was a bit of contact, and I think he got damage from this incident, which is quite strange. But this allows us maybe to create a gap, and we have to see how our pace develops in the next few corners. You can see he's not really able to challenge us into the next few corners, which is really good. And in lap 14 already, he tries it again around the outside, but he's not able to make the move stick, which means that we are still in P3 in the podium position. And now you will see actually my fastest lap. I tried to break away from the McLaren behind, and let's see if we are able to do so.
The gap to the car ahead is 7.0 seconds.
Here we are at the end of the lap. We were able to improve our fastest lap by quite some time, and we are also able to extend our gap, although we unfortunately got a time penalty, which is absolutely horrible, because you can see the gap is now 2.7 seconds, so not quite enough in order to stay ahead for the podium position. So we have to push incredibly like no tomorrow in order to stay ahead. And let's see, are we able to stay ahead? The gap is 2.4 now, so he's able to close the gap. So we have to push even more in the second and third sector. I think those are the sectors where we might be a bit stronger. Maybe he got damage from the incident, I'm not 100% sure, but normally his pace should be better, but at the moment it's dropping. So we have still a slight chance to finish third, which would be again really important for the championship. I think it's still a long way to go, and it's important that we collect as many points as possible. And let's see, what is the gap? It's 2.7 seconds, so if we find another 3/10 of a second as one of the McLarens wins the race, and Michalski looks like he will finish second or second place. And let's see, are we able to finish third or fourth? We are crossing the line right now, and it is
That's the end of the race. We'll see you
yeah.
later.
At the end it's P3. You can see just half a tenth ahead. And yeah, to be honest, that was quite tense and really close. And this result should also help us quite a lot in the driver's table. You can see we are now third, just 13 points behind the top two McLarens, and it's shaping up to be really close. And yeah, that was the race. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one as well. Goodbye.